So I know last time we chatted, you were still trying to figure out, what retirement will look like
Yeah.
for you. Have you
Yeah.
finally settled on anything?
Yeah, well, initially retirement's going to look like just taking it easy. May in Wisconsin is a wonderful time of year. I love the summer. I love gardening. So, no big plans at the start, no pressure. Just go out and enjoy being home, enjoy not having responsibilities, and enjoy the short window of nice weather we get here.
Curious to, why the May timing to step down?
Yeah, so, personal timelines and, electoral timelines don't always match, right? So I'm in a place in my life, in my career, where it just feels like it's the right time to retire. My wife's been retired for about 3 years now, and she's kind of ready for me. I decided to go in May because there was a county board election this spring. I wanted there to be time for that election to take place, let the new chair get elected, and then give a couple weeks for me to, hand it off to that person.
So I know you've endorsed in this race
Yeah.
already. What went into that endorsement? Why Melissa Agard?
Yeah, so I've known Melissa for quite a while. I worked with her. She was on the county board when I was county executive, and we share a lot of the same values and vision for the community. I feel comfortable with the experience she has, both on the local level, the state level. She's been a private business owner, so she has a good combination of experiences. And I certainly found in my case that it was helpful that I had had both county experience and experience in the state legislature, because so much funding and so much of our programming is kind of intertwined with and much of it dictated by the state. So that's been really helpful. And so, yeah, I think Melissa would make a great county executive, and we'll see how the election goes.
We think of, kind of that elevation into like an executive position now for state legislator. You also kind of think of a Dane County executive, especially as, that could be a seat that would launch a bigger political career. Do you see that, for whoever wins this election coming up, maybe launching a gubernatorial run?
Well, you never know what people are going to do, after the seat they're in. It certainly has been a natural progression for some folks. They've been, county executive and then run for a higher office like governor or something else like that. Some folks have run for other statewide offices. But, I think it gives one experience and that could really, help anywhere they might want to go. Now, a lot of folks, like in my case, this is as far as I wanted to go. A number of years ago, I contemplated running for governor, gave it serious consideration, and realized that, and this is when I was county executive, and realized that I felt I could make the biggest impact in this job, and I really loved this job, and so I didn't want to try to move higher just to move higher. So it's really a very personal and individual decision, so we'll see what folks in the future have in mind. I mean, hopefully, whoever comes in, they're focused 110% on being county executive.
So, when you think of like the president, for example, when they, hand over the keys, they, write a little letter, stick it in the desk drawer to pass down, any kind of words of wisdom, advice. What would be in that letter for you, for your successor?
Yeah, I think what's really important for, whoever comes in is to recognize that there's a steep learning curve to this job. There are different things that can help prepare you for it, but nothing prepares you completely for the job itself or the number of things that can come up on a daily or weekly basis. So I think it's important to recognize that it's okay to take some time to listen, to learn, to learn about the things you don't know about. Everyone will come in with a different set of strengths. To get out in the community and work with people in the community, especially people if there's certain issue areas you want to work on, certain folks you want to help, work with the folks you want to help and listen to their ideas and gather ideas and take some time to really understand. But then once you do, don't be afraid to lead, because this is also a job where you have to lead. You have to push forward in order to make things happen. County government's an enormous organization, really. And so, but initially just, take time to learn, listen to what folks have to say, and remember that while the person who sits in this seat is the person who's often on television and seen as the point person, that you're really part of a bigger team. When I look at anything that's been accomplished during my term in office, has not been something that I've accomplished, has not been Joe Parisi's accomplishment, right? It's been a team effort. I happen to be the spokesperson. It's the people who work in county government who do such incredible work, who are so talented. It's our community partners. It's everything that people in this community have to offer. And I've seen time and again, whenever we've moved the needle on challenging issues, it's been, the work of, dozens, if not hundreds or more people coming together. And, I've just had the honor to be part of that.
So when you kind of look ahead for Dane County especially, I heard a statistic saying that, within the next few decades, and I'm sure it's a ways off, but Dane County could eclipse Milwaukee County, for example, to become the state's largest population center. What do you think those challenges will look like? What will kind of the landscape of Dane County look like as we, grow continuously?
Yeah, we're seeing these challenges and opportunities, quite frankly, right now in the tremendous growth that we're experiencing, both our economic growth and our population growth. We're the fastest growing county in the state. We're starting to head toward 600,000 now, and many more beyond in the coming decades. And I've certainly lived this change. I've born and raised and grew up here, and this community has changed tremendously and grown tremendously. Now, with that comes opportunities, especially when you have a strong economy like we do. Our community is becoming more diverse, which is an incredible opportunity for us to have different views, different life experiences, different approaches to problem solving come together. That can only make us stronger. The challenges with growth are a lot of the challenges we're seeing now. Keeping up, with our population growth, keeping up with housing. It's a huge, huge challenge. Doing that in an environmentally, sensitive manner. When we look at, our parks, our open space, our lakes, air, water pollution potential. When we look at, societal challenges, be it, we mentioned housing, be it hunger, making sure everyone, the big picture challenge is making sure that everyone has access to all the opportunity that Dane County has to offer. So it's really a push and a pull. We're going to grow, going to be some positives, but there are going to be challenges too.
So I don't necessarily want to use the word regret, but anything left on the table that you'd really hope your successor would take up and finish? Yeah,
I feel really good about where I'm leaving things. I have the amazing fortune to look at my career as county executive and recognize that I've really, and this is part of what went into my decision to retire, is that I've really accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. And how often does one get to say that in life? And that doesn't mean that every societal ill has been taken care of. It doesn't mean there are no more challenges, but it means we've been able to make concrete progress. We've been able to create infrastructure and programming and get a lot of incredibly talented people in place who are going to carry on the initiatives that we've all participated in implementing. And I feel incredibly grateful for having this opportunity to do this and to be in a place where I can look back really without any regrets and say, wow, I got to do this. I got to have this opportunity to do this in my community. And that's a pretty fortunate place to be.
Running the gamut, right? Like an elementary school, a park or something. What do you want to be named Joe Parisi in Dane County?
I don't want anything to be named after me because, as I mentioned, any successes I've had as county executive have been purely a team effort. And I'm just the guy who goes on the camera and talks about it and gets an outsized amount of credit for the things that we've accomplished as members of county government and as people in the community. So I don't need anything named after me. I just need this community to keep being as great as it is.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again for sitting down with us.
Yeah, absolutely.